Baltimore after a summer break in Dubuque. I left home to take a ride, and I ended up on Keyway Drive, which at that time was on the far west side of Dubuque. As I was driving down the street, I saw her, Debbie Linebarger. We hadn't seen each other or communicated in over 15 months. She was unpacking her car as she was returning from summer break to start her second year of teaching at Fulton School. I had no idea that she lived there. I had a split decision to make. Should I keep on driving or stop to say hello? I drove a half a block and turned around, not knowing if I was going to get punched out or not. Debbie was stunned to see me. She invited me in, and we spent the next 8 hours talking. I knew my life was about to change again. Some would say this is quite a coincidence. Others have said this was the Holy Spirit and the grace of God at work. I returned to Baltimore for another semester. During that semester, my good friend, Father Tom Doyle, told me that one of two things were going to happen. I was either going to go to the rector and tell him I was leaving at the semester, or he was going to have me kicked out. In his exact words, he said, "It is time to go home to Debbie." A year and a half later, we were married on July 21st, 1978. Debbie is my best friend and soulmate. For the past 39 years, she's challenged me in so many ways, making me a better person, spouse, parent, grandparent, and volunteer, as I have hopefully done the same for her. The Eucharist and prayer have been two very important elements in our marriage that have helped it thrive, not survive. We both feel strongly that things must be good at home in order to help others. We cherish each other's gifts and challenge each other on our weaknesses to grow closer together. Debbie encouraged me to become a better and more open communicator. To this day, I keep working on this skill so I fulfill her desire to be fully part of my life. Marriage is not easy. It takes a lot of hard work and commitment to make it really good. We have handled the ups and downs through love, prayer, compromise, and forgiveness. Family means everything to Debbie and me. We have been blessed with two wonderful children, Bo and Megan. Over the years, we've been asked if we ever wanted more children. The answer was yes. Debbie and I experienced 5 miscarriages. I will never pretend to know what it is totally like for Debbie or any other woman, but I know the hurt and pain involved. I served on the board of Dubuque County Right to Life and Hills and Dales for years because I believe strongly in the value of life, all life. I have participated in numerous Mimes for Life, a special way of evangelizing the sanctity of life. Debbie was an awesome teacher for 40 years. She spent her entire career in 2 schools, Fulton and Kennedy. She touched the lives of children of every race, creed, color, talent level, and economic level. She made lives better. I have been trying to do the same at the Boys and Girls Club for the past 35 years. Our core group of kids are some of the poorest in our community. We work hard to give them an opportunity to succeed. We feed them because they are hungry, serving over 27,000 meals last year. We clothe them because they have so little. Whether it's a teacher or working for an organization like the Boys and Girls Club, it is a profound privilege to work for children. For as Jesus said, it is to these that the kingdom of heaven belongs. We have been members of St. Joseph the Worker for over 35 years. We are honored to be Eucharistic ministers and lectors. I have served 6 terms on the parish council, but my passion has always been serving for the over 30 years on the Social Concerns Committee. This committee has helped so many people and organizations by carrying out the command of Jesus to love one another, especially those in need. In 1991, we made our first CEW. This wonderful program has strengthened our community, enriched our faith lives, and exposed us to some wonderful friends. Debbie and I are now at the grandparent stage of our lives. We have been blessed with 4 awesome grandchildren. We drop everything to have the opportunity to be with them. It is now our moment in time to share and support important values that their parents are trying to teach them. As empty nesters, Debbie and I spend a lot of time dating each other. We work on keeping our relationship strong and exciting. I love this woman more today than I've ever loved her. Wouldn't the world be a better place if we could all make our marriages stronger and create stronger family units? My daughter Megan has taught and inspired me in a big way. She has experienced some difficulties in her life, yet she remains one of the most positive, happy, and kind people I know. When Megan was a preschooler, we discovered she had a metabolic disorder. For years, starting at a young age, we took her to the Mayo Clinic. Each year, she gained significant pounds while trying strictly to adhere to the comprehensive plan that Mayo had devised for her. In 7th grade, her weight was starting to affect some of her organs. During the next year, Megan lost a significant amount of weight, even though nothing with her diet and exercise regimen had changed. During our next visit to the Mayo, they actually ran her test 3 times because her numbers were textbook perfect. They were at a loss to medically explain what happened. Her endocrinologist told us to be ever grateful for the divine intervention she had received. We knew without one doubt that the prayers of so many contributed to this little miracle. During college, Megan started to experience daily migraines. Debbie and Megan traveled to many doctors, clinics, and hospitals with little or temporary relief. There was not a medicine or a therapy that gave her the relief that she needed. Yet unless it was an occasion where she was hospitalized, Megan did not miss school or work, always being happy and concerned about others. Finally, 5 years after the onset of the migraines, a neurosurgeon at Mayo suggested Botox. At this time, the treatment was still in the process of being approved by the FDA. She received 25 Botox shots in the head, neck, and shoulders. Within 2 weeks, Megan knew this treatment was working. Even though she was not headache-free, the number and severity of the headaches had been greatly reduced. Another answer to prayer. Megan was receiving the Botox treatments every 3 months, but needed to stop as she and Chris wanted to start a family. The migraines returned with a vengeance, but after many months and a miscarriage, she was pregnant with twins. The day had arrived when they were going to find out the sex of the twins. They planned to purchase the first outfits for the babies and have a special dinner after this appointment. At the appointment, they found out they were the parents of a boy and a girl. However, the girl had several markers that strongly indicated Down syndrome. Naturally, this was unsettling and shocking news to Megan and Chris. Did they have a good cry? Absolutely. But the true gift is the way that they, in all honesty, immediately accepted what God blessed them with. They did purchase those first outfits. They did celebrate that evening with a wonderful dinner. The next months were spent preparing for the birth of twins. Megan's pregnancy was difficult, but at 37 weeks on February 5th, 2013, beautiful Ava and Anderson were welcomed into this world. Our lives would change again. Megan is a speech-language pathologist. She works with 3 to 5-year-old preschool children in an at-risk school. Megan answers the bell every day for children with huge needs. Megan has gotten Debbie and me involved in a big way with Gigi's Playhouse in Des Moines. Gigi's is an organization that offers over 25 free programs for individuals with Down syndrome to help them reach their full potential. With everything on her plate, Megan is president of Gigi's Playhouse. She has called each of us to go and bear fruit that will last. I work hard for Gigi's as well as the children at the Boys and Girls Club to raise money and educate people about the tremendous needs for these two organizations. Megan inspires me because she has been dealt a lot in her 34 years of life. She is a woman of tremendous faith who always puts the needs of others at the forefront of her life. She spreads the gospel of Jesus through her actions. My final woman is Ava Grace Kobus, my 4-year-old granddaughter. A sign of a special person is when they can inspire action without even asking. Let me share some significant facts about Ava. When she was born, she spent the first 31 days of her life in the neonatal intensive care unit at Methodist Hospital. She has had a feeding tube in her stomach for 4 years. The tube was used when Ava was first born because she couldn't take a bottle because there would be too much pressure on her heart. At 16 months, Ava had open heart surgery in Milwaukee. She's had 12 surgeries so far, but in our eyes, she is absolutely perfect. Ava has sparked a passion in me that burns brightly. I pray harder than ever. My involvement in helping others is at an all-time high. Why? Because we were given an angel made in the image and likeness of God. Ava, like all our grandchildren, will be given every opportunity to find her gifts and reach her potential that God has given to her. When Ava runs to me with open arms and yells, "Gigi," her affectionate name for me, my heart races because it is the Holy Spirit speaking to me, telling me to love God and love one another, especially children in need. Tonight I've tried to share a little about 4 special women in my life and how they have shaped me in a wonderful way, encouraging me to answer Jesus' call and to help others with an open and loving heart, and asking others to really become involved. Recently, I heard a statement that has really stuck with me. I'd like to share it with you asking you to ponder its meaning in your life regardless of your age. It goes, if you're not dead, God isn't done. If you're not dead, God isn't done. I started out tonight saying the longest life is a short one. Jesus has called each and every one of us to love God and love one another. He asks us to bear fruit every day. He has instructed us on how we will be judged in helping the poor and those in need. Thank you for listening to a bit of my story. Your stories are also very important. Please keep sharing them. I love each and every one of you. Go spread the good news, calling on the Holy Spirit to help each and every one of us bear fruit that will last. God bless.